I'm almost there. I know you're sick of it, dear. Just a moment. Let me get that bit there. You're beginning to look like Grug, dear. Oh, it's the poppets. Hello, my little poppets, and welcome to story time once again. Well, you just caught me giving Stinky a haircut, or I should say a fur cut. Now, Stinky, we're almost done, dear. Just a little bit here. Yes, I know you're a bit sick of it, but it was getting awfully long, your fur. Now, just a moment. A bit of a trim. Don't fidget, dear. Yes, almost there and a bit there. Oh, yes. Much better. Let me have a look at you, dear. Let me look at you. Oh, yes, Stinky. You look lovely, dear. Now I can see your pretty face, dear. Oh, I should say handsome face. You don't like it when I say that. Yes, well, it's time for story time, dear. Well, Poppets, as I was just saying, I was just giving Stinky a haircut, or fur cut, if you like, because his fur was getting rather long and it was sort of growing over Stinky's eyes, and he was having trouble seeing because your fur was getting quite long, Stinky. It does grow fast, I have to say. And he was reminding me of a funny little character called Grug. And Stinky, you were looking awfully like Grug, dear, so it's just as well I gave you that fur cut. Well, Poppets, speaking of Grug, today's story, of course, is called Grug, and thank you, Stinky dear. That's right, it's called Grug. And what a wonderful little creature he is there on the very cover. And of course, to go with our Grug story, we've got a wonderful story time cake here with a very cute Grug on the very top there. And he is a very cute little fellow, I have to say. Well, Stinky, now that you've had a haircut, my dear, and you're looking much better, I have to say, I think you should get comfy, dear, and we can get on with the story, can't we? Yes, good boy. So Stinky can get nice and comfy, my dear ones, and we'll crack on with today's story. Well, actually, my dear Poppers, we've got two stories. We've got two stories about Grug. But the first one that we're going to read is called Grug and His Garden. Apparently, Grug has a wonderful garden. Yes, he likes to garden, our wonderful little Grug does. And here we go, my dear Poppets. In his garden, Grug grew. Well, there's Grug, and he's got a watering can, and he's giving the plants some lovely water there, so it'll be nice and strong and healthy. I don't know whether it's a flowering plant or whether it's some sort, it might be a lettuce actually. Oh yes, it's a lettuce, and there's a carrot there, I didn't see that. So he has a vegetable garden. Grass for his bed. So he also grew lots and lots of grass. And there it is there, what wonderfully long grass there is, just like Stinky's fur. Flowers to smell and vegetables to eat. And there's Grug in his wonderful garden with all his pretty smelling flowers. What wonderful flowers they are, so many. There's yellows and pinks there and reds as well. And here is Grug's veggie patch. Got a wonderful veggie patch there. I also had a marvellous veggie patch which the snails and the slugs got into, I'm afraid. So I'll have to give that some attention soon, I think. One morning, Grug found his cabbages chewed to tatters. Who could have done this? Oh dear, well there's Grug, my dear Poppets, and the cabbage leaves are full of tiny holes. Now I think that might have been perhaps a slug or more than one slug that have eaten the cabbage leaves, because slugs do like vegetables. In the darkness of the night, Grug crept out. Well, there's Grug there with his candle, and he's crept out into the dead of night. Perhaps he's looking for a slug or a snail. Ah, yes, well, there's Grug, and he has found a trail. I wonder who left that trail, do you know? You do you? Well, shh, don't say anything. You hold that thought under your hat, and we'll find out, my dear Poppet. He followed the shiny silver trail through shivery grass. Well, there's Grug there, and you can only see the very top of his head. I wonder who left that trail. Over shadowy rocks. Well, it's a very long trail, and now the trail is leading over some rocks. I wonder if he'll find out who left the trail. Hopefully he will. As as far as a tree. Aha! Oh, he's found it. And the trail was left, my dear poppets, by a snail. A snail there climbing up the tree, all the way up to the top. Though I think it might be quite a hike there for the snail. It might take him quite some time to get to the very top. Grug scurried home. Well, he's found out that the snail was the one eating the cabbage leaves, and now he's decided to go home. And I think dear old Grug needs a haircut. He's got very long hair. What could he do to save his cabbages? And it says, home sweet home. And there's Grug there, all tucked up tight, and he's wondering what to do about his wonderful veggie patch. And in particular, his cabbages. What is he going to do about that? I don't know. The next day, he planted cabbages until he had enough for himself. Well, I think he thought planting some more cabbages might fix the problem, because the snail has eaten the other ones, so he's planted some more. And the snail, oh dear, I have a suspicion that the snail might be back. And there he is there, busy planting away more cabbages. The end! Well, I'd say by that poor old Grug is going to have a bit of a battle on his hands, because as you know, my dear poppets, snails and slugs do like cabbages. So I think he's going to be busy for quite some time, dear old Grug, in his garden. What he's going to do about the snails, I don't know. Well, that was called Grug and his garden, but fear not, my dear poppets, we're not done yet. The next one is called Grug at the Zoo. So I wonder what adventures are going to await Grug this time. This time he's at the zoo. Yes, I wonder what's going to happen. And here we go, my dear poppets. One day, Grug visited the animals at the zoo. Well, there's Grug there, and he's standing out the front of the zoo. All the wonderful zoo animals there. There's a giraffe, and I can see an elephant there, and it looks to me as though that there's a peacock on the roof of the zoo there. All the lovely blue feathers. The giraffe bent its long neck to welcome Grug. And there's the giraffe giving Grug's face a lick. He's welcoming Grug to the zoo. What a wonderful welcome. Great big long neck and all those wonderful spots. The tiger growled and showed its big teeth. Yes, well, they do that, don't they, tigers? They have lots of lovely sharp teeth, and they do like to growl. Though I don't think I'd want to get too close to that tiger, I'd have to say. The elephant tossed its trunk. Well, there's Grug there, poor old Grug, and the elephant has tossed some hay onto Grug's head. Poor old Grug. I think that's going to be very, very itchy. He will be itchy having hay on top of his head. The rhinoceros bowed its head to get a closer look. And there's wonderful little Grug there having a very close look at a rhinoceros. I think he needs to watch out for that horn, my dear poppers. Yes, I don't think he should get too close. And a monkey gave Grug a banana. Oh, wonderful monkey there with a banana in his hand, and he's offering that to dear old Grug. Look at that. I wonder if Grug likes bananas. The dolphins invited Grug to join their game. Well, there's the dolphins there, and they've got a ball there, and perhaps they're going to toss that ball, my dear poppets, to Grug. I don't know, perhaps he's good at ball games, I'm not sure. Dolphins are particularly good with balls. They're very, very good. They can toss them in the water. So Grug jumped in with them. So there's Grug, and he's in the water with the dolphins. Perhaps he's going to splash about and play a game with them. Yes, they are wonderful animals, dolphins. And there he is there, silly old Grug, and I do believe he's standing on the back of the dolphin there. Perhaps he's going to have a ride, and he looks to me as though he's having a marvellous time. Swimming with the dolphins. A seal liked the game so much he clapped. Yes, well, I have seen seals clap. I have seen that before. I do believe they have seals at SeaWorld, and they can do lots of tricks like that. Look at that. Giving Grug a clap. Grug went for a bumpy ride high in the chair. Well, Well, next on the list at the zoo, Grug was having a ride on an elephant. Way up high on the elephant's back, having a wonderful ride. He's having a lot of fun, Grug. Then it was time to go home. Yes, well, he'd be very tired after his day at the zoo, I would imagine. He seems to be awfully busy, Grug. He's always doing lots and lots of things. When he arrived home, Grug built, and there's Grug there, and he's got some sticks there. Perhaps he's going to build his own zoo or a cubby house, I'm not sure. But he is very busy with those sticks. Yes, and I was right. Grug has his own zoo. And there's Grug there, and he's built his very own zoo out of sticks. I wonder how he's going to manage to get some animals to come into his very own zoo. I don't know. The end! And that was called Grug at the Zoo. And I have to say, my dear Poppets, a very appropriate book for today because Stinky was looking very much like Grug. Well, Stinky, my friend, did you enjoy that book, dear? You did. What's that? Do you have to have another fur cut? No, Stinky, you won't have to have another fur cut for quite a while. I know you don't particularly like it, dear, but when your fur gets long like that, dear, you have to have a bit of a trim, all right then, and a tidy up. Yes, I know you don't particularly like it, but you look so much better now. You're very handsome, Stinky, and now I can see that lovely face. Yes, it's time to say goodbye. It's that time of day again. Well, my dear Poppets, thank you so much for tuning in for story time. I hope you enjoyed those two cute little stories all about Grug. Perhaps you could read a story about Grug, or perhaps you could make a story time cake with Grug on the very top. And as always, my dear ones, thank you for tuning in, and until next time, bye.